thins right away, you won't have the color.
2 out of 3 grapes used in worldwide production of champagne are red grapes.
Write that down.
We're going to be testing. The questions are only 1972 and 73. 73, right? Yes.
So after the red wines are finished fermented during their primary fermentation, or the white wines go directly from the crush and distiller into this. So this is the press. So we're not like those big wineries that have everything automatic and everything. We just do everything manually. There's a plastic screen that goes in there.
No, you're talking the muscle pump clothes. It goes right from the stemmer and sends it off elsewhere. Right now we're doing that manually because the stemmer that you saw in your video is the next size up that allows that.
Yeah, this one. So, but anyway, we put the destem grapes into here, and then we hook the water hose up to this thing here, and then the balloon inside, sort of rubber balloon, that blows up, and squeeze the grapes against the press, and it comes out the holes and down into the drain. And then once that's done, they go into our tanks.
So what do you catch it with? Just
Buckets, right?
Right now, buckets.
hands.
The next size up, we can hook her bus pumps in.
Put on a platform and we're going by
Yeah,
gravity.
we're about number 1 or 2 size commercial wineries. We're on the lower level of things right now.
So
So,
the bucket to the
Stainless steel tanks.
tank.
yeah.
And they go to
No, well, it depends. They could, yeah.
You're lifting something somewhere.
We have 14 stainless steel tanks here, and we need more because they're all full but one.
They are.
And you need one empty to start racking into. So what you see here, this size is a 500 liters. Okay, and if you want to put that in terms, you can understand 50 cases of wine in that tank. The next tank over underneath the hoist, those are 1,000 liters, so now you're talking 100 cases of wine.
And this is from these are full from
one harvest this year.
One
Yes,
harvest.
yeah, that's what
That's
we did
right.
this
So
year.
if you don't have enough tanks, the wine, what do you do with the extra grape?
Drink. Quickly, drink. No, we were right on the edge this year, so next year we'll have to buy more tanks because we know we're going to.
Yeah, because if you can go in 3 acres a year, you're gonna.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So how
next
many
year-
years does it take to get from planting to a grape that you can use for wine?
4 to 5 years.
Right.
It takes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you might get grapes before then, but we use them, but we don't get that much. So I mean, yeah, we could add them. Like last year, we had a small amount of Petit Verdot. This year, we had 2 tons of it. Last year, we had enough that we could blend it with some other red wines. The next year, we'll have a varietal.
Was the weather okay this year?
For us, it was a little wet early, but the tail end was great.
It got really hot and dry.
I love it. I love hot and dry, especially at the tail end. When you're looking at grapes and water, there's one of these catch-22s going on. You know, too much water.
I got a video going.
You hear phrases like "grapes don't like wet feet." Okay, is a phrase you hear. Well, the fact remains is no plant likes wet feet because what it does is it prevents oxygen from getting into the plant that's in the micro and macro pores. However, if you have wet feet, that grape sits there and it just sucks up as much water as it possibly can up into those grapes, and it could potentially either blow your grape, okay, or it'll dilute your sugar. So if she's watching the Brix level and it's at 14-15%, And she says, Dave, I think we're going to be picking in 3 weeks. And all of a sudden it rains. That 13% crashed down to 11. And you start all over again.
Yeah, the Cabernet Sauvignon is one of the last ones to ripen, and I started looking at it. It was at 16, which is border. We never picked that low, and then so we said, oh, in a couple weeks. Usually most of them like every week they go up for bricks or two. So I figured in 3 or 4 weeks they'd be ready to pick, and it started going down. It got rainy and wet, and it went from 16 to 15 and a half to 15, and then
they threatened hurricane. So we decided to pick, and what we picking out ultimately? 13?
something like that.
13.
Yeah.
Now the good news is we didn't have enough Cabernet Sauvignon this year to really worry about it. It was going to be a blend anyway.
Yeah.
So-
It's
so
all
it-
in this little 100-liter tank.
Oh,
Oh,
that's-
the Cab Sauvignon right here. You know,
so how many year old is that grape?
this particular one was planted in 2010,
Oh.
and it had a hard life. Okay,
And then you replanted a lot of it.
Oh.
The problem with Cab Sauvignon, and I may have mentioned this earlier, is if you have the wrong rootstock for your soils, it's not going to do well. Okay,
Yeah.
and there are no easy lessons in this business.
No.
Every lesson is a hard lesson. Okay, and you talk to Virginia Tech and all the whizzes, and they'll give you the book, but nothing beats going out here and burning your own bridges. Okay, and that was the case here. We had a very heavy clay soil as compared to just the very next lot over,
Sand.
which was more sandy, and we had the wrong rootstock in a heavy clay soil. A lesson we learned, and as a result, we probably lost 3/4 of the vines because we chose the wrong. I chose the wrong rootstock, and when we replant, we'll plant a better rootstock. So it'll be.
So that noise you just heard go on, that's our chiller. So this is insulated, but it's not temperature controlled. White wine transition about cooler than it is in the office. So, and that's when we start picking the white wine. We pick the white wine sure first, and then the red wines anywhere 4 weeks later. So all the white wines are attached to this chiller. So there's a plate that goes inside the tank, and water evaporates from the chiller right into the tank.
When is it just fermented?
They're done for me.
They're done?
They're done. The whites are done, yeah. Some of the
So what are they
reds,
waiting for? The bottle?
time, it's got to clear, and you can
Oh.
put fining agents and stuff in there to clear them right away, and that's how some of the bigger companies get them out really quick. They just put tons of chemicals in here to get all the junk, like all the yeast has to settle out, and all the...
You don't want it cloudy.
Right. I've had my problems with that issue. So anyway, so what we'll do is every month, every month or so, we'll, like Dave said, we'll rack the wine. Basically, transferring the wines from one tank to another, and then we get rid of the stuff that's settled out. So by next spring, they should be pretty clear all on their own. And then you don't have to add all those fine agents, but it takes time. And then the red wine, most of them are pretty much finished with primary fermentation, but the red wines, do what they call malolactic fermentation. And basically, you have a lot of malic acid in red wine, and it's harsh. So what you do is you convert it with a bacteria to lactic acid, which is milk acid, and it's a lot more mellower and less harsh than the malic acid. So most of them are those are undergoing the malic acid. And then when the fermentation is over and you're happy with pretty much how it is, then you add the what we call PMBS, potassium bisulfite. And that's where you see on
Where's
the
your
bottom.
lab?
Huh?
Where's your lab with all these
No,
guys?
it's in the kitchen right there.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be my lab. It's under construction, but the kitchen is
Yeah, I
right
saw
now.
it. In there.
I got my little beakers and my chemicals and stuff, but that's the sulfites that you see written on the bottle is what they do to stop the fermentation. It basically kills the yeast, and then it's also a protectant. It's an antioxidant kind of thing that keeps the oxygen from getting in and spoiling the wine. So that's what these are, and then that's our bottling room. And I think as I was telling some people before, most of the wineries, at least the smaller wineries in Virginia, rent the bottling companies to come in and actually do all their bottling all at once. But we decided we're so far out in the middle of nowhere that we'd never get them to come here when we wanted them. Yeah, we could probably get them.
Now, if you pay attention to your bottles, these already have the thread already in them, as opposed to a cork bottle, which doesn't. So that machine in the corner actually presses this down and creates the thread in the cap.
Oh, okay, all right, it bolts against it.
That's right.
That's right.
Two tricks. But when you're dealing with corks in the field, you
Do you
have,
work any of yours?
no, you have like a 5 to 7% loss from the time it leaves the winery to the time it gets to the consumer, with cork leakage and oxidation and damage and that kind of stuff.
Oh, we can
But
see.
the reject rate on a screw top is less than 1%. So needless to say, the industry couldn't wait for you people to get used to not pulling it out. Okay, and get used to it.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Ooh, that's been cut that again.
Yeah, I put it back today earlier too.
Well, on that note, we're going to end this section of the tour and over and out. Right?
Press them and that's it.